Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am back renovating this apartment, which is another city living apartment, and it's one of the Culpeper House ones. I believe it's 17, but I'm not exactly sure. As always, you can look on the top left hand side of the screen to see the address. So if you want to place it in your game, that's where it goes. So for this apartment, if you've been watching my other channel, then you might kind of recognize the inspiration for this one, but I was inspired by an artist dream apartment that I built on that channel. I wanted to do something using no custom content, of course, because on that channel I'm using only custom content, and then over here I am not. I mean, I still might do showcases every once in a while of specific creators like I've done in the past, but as far as like just going all out with CC, that's for the other channel. So if you guys are interested, definitely check it out if you guys haven't watched it already. I'm also not doing voiceovers on that channel, and that's just because I don't have time to do more voiceovers. It's definitely one of the most time-consuming, I guess not time consuming themselves once I do them, but making time for them is a little bit challenging, especially since I have a toddler now. But yeah, and I've also been sick recently. So it started off with my husband and son being sick for about a week and a half. I think they were sick, and then I got it towards the end of their sickness. Thankfully, I wasn't sick the entire time too, because then I was able to like take care of them and, you know, cuddle with my son because he was so sick. It was so sad. And I did not get it nearly as bad as they did. I've just been like mostly in my head, and so talking has been nearly impossible. I've had a few opportunities to do a voiceover, and I just decided just to push it till now. I'm still a little bit nasally, so hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad, but thankfully it just doesn't hurt anymore. Like it hurt to like have a face. It was awful. But yeah, I'm feeling much better, and thankfully my son and husband are completely 100% because they were like super sick, both of them. I don't know, it was awful. I felt so bad for both of them, but yeah, anyways, the apartment that I built was in the what is that? The arts district. I built this giant art sort of like lofty feeling. It's not a loft, but you know how that like industrial sort of like lofty feel has. And I built it with a ton of custom content, and I have the list of all of the sets that I used in the description of that video. So if you guys are interested, definitely check it out. And I just was really excited about that apartment. It's one of my most favorites I've ever made, and so I really wanted to do one on this apartment that's inspired by it. This one's definitely a lot smaller. Both of them are one bedroom. I was gonna say one bathroom, but the other one has two bathrooms. I believe this one only has one. Do I do two? I believe it's just one. I don't know. I actually started building this before I got sick, and I have another build that I started before I got sick too, and I finished both of them I think right around the time before I got sick, and then I just never did the voiceover. So if I forget anything on both of these ones, that's why, because there's been a huge lapse, and it's usually so difficult to talk about a build after there's been so much time from building it. Even if I still kind of remember the layout or like where I placed things, sometimes I just kind of forget certain details or what I was thinking in the moment, so it can be a little bit harder to talk about the build. But anyways, here I'm grabbing a couple of rooms from my gallery to get these cups from Get Together. These cups are part of the like the barista stuff, the coffee shop stuff that came from Get Together, and these cups do not spoil, so you can use them as decor. And for some reason at one point they got moved from the debug menu to the live edit objects menu in the catalog, and I'm using the Better Build and Buy system by Twisted Maxi, and it's amazing. I really enjoy it, but I don't think they're tagged properly, so I can't find them there, but thankfully I've saved them in a room so I can easily grab them. And I have a room version of them where I've used the tool mod to rotate them and make them look like they're hanging on a wall. So if you guys are interested, it's a little like decor room that you guys can download. Even if you're on a console, you don't need the tool mod anytime it's used to create custom furniture to have it look the way it does in the game. If you want to you know, of course, use the tool mod to edit things, then of course you have to be on a computer, because unfortunately console players do not have access to mods and custom content. And I hope they do eventually, because really for me, starting that second channel it's just enriched the game for me a lot. Like I really enjoy it, but I'm also still really enjoying building without it too. It's almost like I have two different games right now, because I'm having like 2 different styles and almost 2 completely different catalogs because I'm primarily using custom content on the second channel and little actually in like pack games. So in pack sets. Yeah, here I'm also using some spandrels to look like beams. I think this looks really good, and it's something that I also did in the other apartment. I ended up using the ones that came from Snowy Escape because they're really thick and I wanted them to look more like support structures, and I think they really do. Over here is the entryway. The entryway, I believe, is fairly simple, just a few entryway decorations, and I forgot to add extra clutter to that shelf that I put over there, the one that came from Eco Lifestyle, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Of course, if you want extra decorations, then you can. And then I decided to use this shelf that came from Island Living. I haven't used this shelf in such a long time, and it's a real shame because it's a really cool shelf, and I think it looks really nice here in the entryway, and I'm definitely gonna have to use it more often because it's pretty nice for adding extra decoration. I think the reason I don't use it is because the wood swatches are very tropical looking and they don't necessarily blend into more everyday homes. At least I think that's the reason. I feel like I could probably make it work in more regular sort of like suburban-y interiors and be fine. But I think definitely in this interior it fits really nicely, and it's similar to a custom content one that I used on my second channel. Oh, and my second channel is called SimLicy with CC. So many of you guys have wanted me to call it SimLicy CC or SimLicy I think. It's a fun idea, but I definitely just like SimLicy with CC because it's more, I guess, not so silly. And I was going for a more not silly like vibe on that channel, I guess. But anyways, I think it's still pretty funny that so many of you guys have said it. And I didn't think about it at all when I was trying to think of a name for the channel. It didn't even cross my mind. So maybe I just feel kind of embarrassed that I didn't even think about it. Maybe that's the reason. But anyways, here is the second bathroom. I believe, no, okay. I was going to make another bathroom here by the bedroom, but I ended up turning this into like, oh, I remember. Okay. I remember my thought process. My first idea was to turn it into a bathroom, and then I was going to do a closet, and then I was thinking it would be better for an artist sim to have gutted their closet and turn it into an art studio. So that's what they did. It used to be a closet, and they decided that they really didn't need all this storage for their clothes because that's not that important to them. They would rather have space for their art supplies and a place to paint and stuff that they could always leave set up, because of course you could put your easel in the living room, but you may have to move it from time to time, and they wanted somewhere where they just could leave all of their art supplies ready to go whenever they had the inspiration to do a painting or a project or whatever they wanted to create. And I think that's a really nice idea. So yeah, this is the bedroom. I decided to use this bed that came from Seasons. I felt like the brown just kind of worked with the style, and I love how the bedding looks like flowy and it like touches the ground. It's so pretty. I wish we had more beds that looked so like plushy and comfortable and stuff like that. And I decided to use a a platform to fill in the space so the wall didn't disappear. I got a question recently asking why I do that when I fill in spaces with the platforms. It's just so the wall doesn't disappear and you can see the decorations against the wall when you're in the like cutaway mode. But yeah, anyways, this is basically it for the build. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Ordering a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. You're the first thing in the